shit.
I did something immensely heroic the other day while I was.
Did you?
Immensely heroic while
Let me
I
get
was
ready.
working out.
Guess it.
I was.
Okay.
Well, don't make it seem too good. Maybe mildly heroic. I was in my
salute.
Yeah, a little. Well, all or nothing on that one. I was in my basement working out, obviously, and there are windows in my basement that I can see out into my neighbor's side yard, and I can see their fence, my fence, and all that. And they have a dog, and so I noticed early in my workout that their backyard gate was wide open, and it's not far from there, 30 yards and you're at the road, and there's always, and it's a curve near there, easy to get a dog hit. And I was just working out, lifting, and I think I was doing like overhead presses when I saw this dog kind of like wander out, and he was standing like right near the gate. And I'm like, I need to keep an eye on you because I feel like I should sprint outside and over to my neighbor's house and grab their dog and put it in the backyard. But I was like, is that like over the line? Is that like too much? Like I pictured myself in my head, like running over there to grab their dog and put it back in their yard, and my neighbor coming out and being like, I'm not stealing your dog. And just something like that. And so I waited, walked around for a couple more minutes. He was just sniffing a tree in the side yard. I looked back up a minute or two later, and he's like 10 yards from the road. And I like dropped what I was doing. I sprinted upstairs and like went out the front yard and was like, hey, Beasley. Cause I know his name's Beasley. And I was like, Beasley, come on, Beasley. And I did that thing where like, he doesn't really know me. And so I just was like doing that, like trying to amp a dog up in a direction, like, let's go this way. Let's go this way, Beasley. Let's go this way, Beasley. And he like kind of amped up and he followed and he ran back to his yard. I locked him back in his backyard, and I was like, damn, I just saved a life.
I did the same thing. I did the exact same thing.
We're all heroes. We're all just like 9/11 first responders.
Yeah, my piece of shit neighbor moved out and abandoned his two dogs. One's 3 and one's 10.
That's scum.
And they're just stuck back there. And one of them had escaped, and I put his ass back in there. But I kind of wish I just let him escape in the neighborhood because he keeps beating up the poor old dog just all the time. That I don't know what they're going to do. The cops knocked on my door at 9 a.m. the other morning, scared the shit out of me because nobody likes cops knocking on the door at 9 a.m.
That's scary.
And but he's like, this guy over here with the dogs, and I'm like, I'm a busybody, so I'm like, let me tell you a story. I'm like, I'm about to shape this narrative.
Pay attention carefully to my framing.
I'm like, that piece of shit over there? He's like, yeah, that piece of shit.
We call him the dog rapist. You can guess why. Yeah.
Oh, Tommy the Terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, because we're a whole block of fibbers. Like you can't trust a single thing about this street.
I was like, and make sure you talk to the neighbor behind him. Talk to her, and I know she hates him because she's always over there just trying to make the dog stop fighting because it's 2 male dogs, again, 3 and 10, and one of them's like this sweet fucking fuzzy fucker, and the other one's kind of a bulldog. But they look pitiful over there. I don't know what they're gonna do. They just abandoned those dogs.
Do you think you're as much of a busybody peeking through the blinds and stuff as that fat neighbor who's rude?
I just meant I'm a busybody in that I wanted to gossip with that cop and like tell him everything he needed to know about how shitty the neighbor was so that he could approach that so he could skip a few steps. I wanted him to know, like, this guy's a piece of shit. He's going to resist like you trying to get him to do things. So just know that going in was kind of what I was trying to tell him. And it's all true because I don't know, that guy's kind of a piece of shit. Unfortunately, he seemed like a nice guy. He's the guy that I helped. He was locked out of his house and I came over with a step ladder to like help him break into his own house. And I said then, and I'll say it again now, that is how you know I'm not racist. A strange black man asked me if I had a ladder so he could get back into his house. Okay. I don't know this guy.
I know they live in caves.
Yeah, you're an accessory.
Let me get that. Jesus, let me get that. I let him right in that. That's how it could have played out. Imagine
you would be an accessory.
Yeah, if that had not been his house, the cops show up. They're like arresting him, and they like find out the ladder. Hey, do you know anything about this ladder? I'm like, yeah, that's my ladder. you gave this man this ladder, you helped him break in, and then they're like, run my information. Oh, Mr. Myers. I'm going downtown with that guy. I'm really glad that he was the actual resident of that house.
Now you have an
guys-
ally in the cul-de-sac.